Imagine coming home one day to find your house completely collapsed. Most people would clear the rubble and start fresh somewhere else. But for thousands of years, ancient people did the exact opposite. They rebuilt on the same spot over and over for generations. The result was a giant artificial hill made of compressed human history. Archaeologists call these layered mounds tells, from the Arabic word for hill. Tells are among the most information-rich objects in all of archaeology. Slicing into a tell reveals the past arranged like layers of a cake. The deepest layer is oldest, with each layer above representing a later period. This principle, called stratigraphy, is borrowed from the science of geology. What lies beneath is always older than what lies above. 19th century archaeologists realized they could read these layers like pages in a book. Each layer contains its own pottery, building materials, tools, and sometimes destruction ash. Distinctive pottery shards can be used to date an entire layer. Tel Megiddo in modern Israel holds roughly 26 layers of occupation. That single hill contains civilizations stacked one upon another in sequence. Troy in modern Turkey also has at least 9 major layers. The obvious question is, why would people keep choosing the same spot? The first and most practical reason for this is water. Freshwater sources like springs and rivers do not move over centuries. If ancestors built near a spring, that spring remains when you need it. The second reason cities persisted is control of trade routes. A location commanding a mountain pass or river crossing holds strategic value forever. Abandoning that pass meant instantly losing control of trade and taxation. The third reason is defense, and it comes with a satisfying twist. Each time people rebuilt on ruins, the mound grew a little higher. A taller mound created a natural elevated platform that attackers had to climb. Your city's rubble accidentally made the next city harder to conquer. Now here comes the counterintuitive part most people completely miss. Rebuilding on rubble was not laziness, it was often the rational choice. Starting fresh elsewhere meant cutting trees, digging wells, and building entirely new walls. Staying on the old site meant foundation walls were already partially standing. The rubble itself could be leveled and used as a construction platform. At Çatalhöyük in Turkey, Neolithic people buried their dead beneath their home floors. Rebuilding on a collapsed house meant staying literally connected to your ancestors. Sacred sites followed the same pattern, with temples routinely rebuilt on older foundations. The ground itself held religious and cultural meaning no other location could replace. Digging a tell reveals human decisions, not just objects. Every layer reflects a community, choosing, often under great pressure, to stay. Stratigraphy lets archaeologists assign relative dates even without any written records. Ash or burned layers from eruptions or conquests mark precise moments in time. Everything below the ash predates the disaster. Everything above is newer. These markers let researchers build a shared timeline across entire regions. Ground-penetrating radar now lets archaeologists scan tells without digging at all. What was buried under tons of soil can now be mapped before excavation. The layered city is the normal condition of most human settlement history. Cities across Europe, the Middle East, and South Asia all share this pattern. Now return to that imaginary collapsed house from the start of this video. You assumed rebuilding on rubble was obviously the wrong choice, but it was sometimes the only rational choice, backed by resources and meaning. Your city is likely built over earlier settlements you've never considered. Ground beneath you records every choice that put you here.